Hey, everybody. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm eating seaweed.
Good.
Seaweed.
I mean, assuming.
Who out here
Where'd y'all
eating
get
they
that
weed?
seaweed from? What's that?
I hope y'all have had a pleasant few weeks as we are prepared to get right into it. When the party last left off, they had been adventuring through quite a large amount of Dark Sun wastes as the traveling through the Great Mountains they led to many cold nights and many more cold days. Eventually, they managed to reach areas where this cold started to give way to slightly warmer forests, and eventually hills, forests, plains, and farmland. However, now on this, I believe, third night of resting in this relatively warmer weather, the party has found themselves ambushed by a group of dwarves. I believe before we do that, since this is the first of Young Seed, yes,
Yes.
it would be wise to go and make some rolls.
Alright, Chad, if you subtract the food, Golden, if you make the threat rolls, and Albatross, if you make the exploration roll. Sorry, a minute. Oh, it's looking good. There we go. Alright, and with that, right, scrolling. Alright, what is your action this time?
I'm gonna be studying.
Alright, Golden.
DM, does this, if I were to take the guard action, does this affect the ambush?
Yeah.
Okay. I will take the guard action.
Rat. We'll get back to you on that. Albatross?
Food.
Oh, food. Okay, finding food. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Also
Albatross?
gathering. We are starving.
Okay. I am maintaining floating disc. So, Golden, if you could roll your perception. Tefred and Rat, if you could roll your food gathering checks. And
I got all that
Damn.
food.
oh shit! You shattered my fucking screen.
Bro, I just bought that.
Right. And
Alright. What is the formula again for the amount of food? It's
Double
2
over
for
13.
over 13. Okay. So no one.
So that's 18 goes 36.
holy shit!
Uh huh. Plus the 10 that
enough.
Pepper got, which is 46. So we found 46 rations.
That's almost self-sufficient.
Oops. Some things never change.
That is 13 for you, friends.
Thanks.
Alright, and everyone who has not yet, please roll your learning. I believe that is still just Rat and Tefred.
I don't think anyone else is studying, unfortunately. That minus
Mhm.
one kills me every time.
Plus 0, gang.
Alright, and with that, I believe we have our Bastion turn sorted out.
Superb. Friends, as you are resting through this night, and seeing as you're continuing with your guard action from the previous turn, you're able to notice just before it happens, as you exactly make the right, as a few dwarves begin to sneak their way into the outskirts of camp, and you're able to wake people as you choose.
Do they seem like threatening?
They seem ready for combat.
I'll start by waking the Tefrid.
Go for it.
We have some company.
What kind?
It seems the dwarves have found us before we could find them.
Well, that's not a problem.
What are Kaya's, Rats,
Oh my
and
God, I
Heroes' passive perceptions?
Mine is really bad.
Great.
11.
0. Or not 0, 10.
Gotcha.
Mine is also 10.
Yeah, I don't think any of you would wake up if just from their sneak, so you'd have to be woken up.
Yeah, ask me next year after I've gotten this perception proficiency.
They get rather close to you, to about this distance, with their shields held forward and their hammers held at their side, ready to strike as soon as you perform an action. One of them points at the fire.
We do not mean harm.
Do you
Meanwhile-
speak Dwarfish, or is that just...
That was common.
And the remaining 3 of us are still Hongshu.
Yeah.
True that.
Zara, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, okay, what's
Sorry,
up with
you
that? Tefrid, what do you do after or during friend saying he means no harm?
I put up my hands and I'm not holding any weaponry.
That seems wise. One of them eventually speaks up, being the one on the right. If what you say is true, you'll leave your stuff and you'll come with us, and we'll make sure of it.
He thinks for a second, then glances over at Tefrid.
This is a lot of stuff to just leave out in the cold.
Of note, it's relatively warm, even without the fire. It's not like hot. The fire is still there to, keep it more comfortable, but it's only probably 60 degrees or so.
Does the name Atrodon mean anything to you?
Some of them get a little closer to the other 30 members, carefully walking across the undergrowth.
Creepy.
I would like to think if a heavily armored dwarf were standing less than 5
they're not
feet
heavily
from me,
armored. They're wearing cloth with slight metal accents.
Not quite slayers.
Yeah, it's heavily padded armor, like Gambeson styles. Do your best to
Good
wake
to
them
me.
without startling them.
He nods and begins making the rounds again, starting with Hero A.
There you go, it's on pause.
Let's-
It seems the dwarves have found us.
Let's see that. They haven't killed us yet, so
I would like to avoid any killing, if possible.
right.
Agreed.
Yes. They're who we were sent to find. Have any terms been negotiated yet?
They've allowed me to wake the rest of the party, but they wish to take us along with our one somewhere.
Kaio is bundled up rather close to the fire. Rat is in a small hole with some moss and overgrowth surrounding him in a way that makes him rather cute.
True
It's
that.
rather cute. That's
We'll
unfortunate.
get-
He's rather
I'll get
cute
Rat
until he
and
wakes
get
up.
Kyle.
The stores are also quite intimidating.
Can you repeat that, barbecue?
We'll get Rat if you get Kyle.
He nods. Moves over to wake Kyle.
Stretching, looking around, a look of relaxation turns to a look of concern and disappointment. He just exhales, shakes his head. He goes
No.
to pick up his staff.
Like
If,
multiple of them.
if
that
friend
are
is close enough, he would probably just like knock his hand away.
Yeah, if you considering you're the one who woke them up, you can do that while they, take a step forward and clearly become aggressive. As Kaio, would you mind making me just a flat roll or like initiative roll for me, friend?
Yeah.
Not too difficult, but possible to fail.
There is no combat encounter.
Correct. This is not a combat encounter.
do
this
a
is-
It would just be a dexterity check.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Just a flat dexterity check.
Oh my god.
Hey!
You keep Kaio well under control, so much so that they actually didn't even notice him reaching for it, because you subtly did it from understanding what he was doing before he did.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
He just shakes his head.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Kaio also shakes his head, and you hear him say very quietly under his breath, "It's just a stick." But he is compliant.
Hiroi.
No sudden moves. The dwarves found us before we found them.
He stays in position and his eyes shoots open, and he looks around without moving, and kind of stands up slowly, as much as Rat does stand, considering how hunched he normally is.
Right.
And just kind of looks around without saying a word.
The one on the right speaks up again. If what your tall friend says is true, which I find difficult to believe given the rest of the ones who have come through, you're going to leave your things here. We'll bring them along with us. You're going to spend the day while we figure things out. Is that understood?
I assume Hero is still very close to Rat. In Draconic, Rat does say, "They are not taking my work."
We are in no position to negotiate. They will kill us or we will fail our mission.
He grumbles a couple of times and doesn't respond, but is not going for his things.
Your terms are acceptable, though we ask that the actual equipment be left undisturbed.
They ask for definitions on equipment, on like what it is exactly that entails.
Spellbooks, weaponry, and things of a similar nature. Some of us have ciphers that we would not wish others to learn, and some of us have made modifications to our weaponry that we do not wish others to replicate. Bringing them along is amenable, so.
We're going to be looking through it one way or another.
We are in no position to refuse.
A few more make their way out from the top left area, and generally the rest of them begin shimmying you along as a few other dwarves end up picking up most of your things. From what you are able to see before they end up putting out the light in the area is that at the very least they are treating your things with respect and they are carrying them properly. How do each of you feel about that?
Glad they're respecting my property.
I find the whole situation incredibly disrespectful. I'm not happy with the situation, but I realize it is out of my immediate control.
Rat's in survival mode right now. He is watching. He would probably be exploding right now if they were not treating his things carefully.
So would your things.
True! He wouldn't have to explode.
Sure.
That's true. They were exploding.
Feeling, but I have a job to do.
We were very much basing our trajectory here on the anticipation of safe rest and respite. This, I don't know, reception has kind of cast some doubts in the way of that, and now it is feeling like perhaps we should have been more cautious as we were approaching.
They bring you across a few bridges through a rather series of small meandering rivers that act sort of like the opposite of a delta, where there are many small branches from a rather large lake. As you eventually make your way into the outskirts of what seems to be a rather towering city that has, throughout these many small outcroppings of mountains that exist in this valley, there are a large variety of plateaus and bridges across small mist-filled gaps. You find yourself climbing up upon one of them and being directed into a building, as they generally encourage you to move along.
As long as we follow protocol, we should be safe. There are certain expectations of hospitality, even though we are not traditional guests. As long as we do not show violence to them, they should not bring violence to us.
One of them ends up pushing Kaio as he sort of lags behind. It's
I roll my eyes,
it's
but I
not
don't do
the
anything about
roughest
it.
push, but it is still rougher than would, be friendly.
I'm sick of these little people, but whatever.
Oh, whoa. You can't just say that.
True.
Rat gives him the pass.
Got him. Inside this building, there is a table with a clerk behind it who is taking down documents. Is it safe to assume that your properties are safe to be kept with each other, or do you require separate containment?
To my knowledge, none of the equipment that we carry with us is in any danger of coming into contact with other equipment or trade goods.
May I have each of your names and titles?
Nakuku
Tefrid,
Hiraway. Oh, sorry.
Tefrid Brandywood.
And title.
I don't have one of those.
Nakuku Hiraway. And for myself and anyone who does not present a title, you may mark us down as correspondent for Aid Tradan.
He writes them down in a script that I don't think any of you know Dwarvish script except Hiraway?
I don't think I do. I'm pretty
Is
sure.
one of them Dwarvish script?
No, I'm
No,
pretty
okay.
sure Goblin is its own script.
Gotcha.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Dwarvish is the same script as Giantish.
No, good point. Actually. Anyway, the rest of the three of you still need to provide your names and titles.
Rat says his full name in Draconic.
They seem to do a reasonable job writing it down, surprisingly.
Kyle, Friel? Devotee of the Bitch Queen? I don't know if you can really count that as a title, but it is an accurate description.
And lastly, he looks at Friend.
Friend of Mithril.
If each of you can line up to this wall to my left, which for each of you would be on the right.
Or us on our right. Yeah.
Please remove any face coverings or any other obstructions of identification.
Look around. The only person that has anything that matches that description is Friend. But it's...
He freezes for a second or two.
If it's daytime, Rat would
Then-
probably put his goggles on.
Oh!
Mhm.
Oh. That's going to be deeply
Which,
uncomfortable for
luckily,
you.
it does not show up very well here. This is an indoor building. This is not a courtyard.
Okay.
This is a ceilinged area, roofed area.
But Golden was saying.
Nice.
He freezes for a second or two and then reluctantly unshrouds.
You see, as your entire face ends up being revealed, there's a bit of a. Actually, give me insight. Who among the rest of the party that's not Friend has the highest insight? Whoever that is may roll one as well.
Well, how would we
Probably
know?
Tefrid.
+4.
Oh gosh, yes.
+0.
+3.
Oh my god.
Let me see what
I just
I have.
realized.
I have
Friend
a
is
+3.
Reggie.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so your insight is higher than you expected.
Wow.
Is today like natural 20 day or something?
Yeah, everyone is rolling nat 20s.
Or other max rolls, because I rolled max on my learning check. What does Tefrid see with his 24?
He ends up holding up a wand. It briefly scans across each of you and then asks you to please head down this hallway and into the room. If you require more food than is present, call and it shall be provided to you.
Friend
So which room?
reshrouds
The one
himself.
on... one on our left or the one on our right?
On your right.
Okay.
Our right, which is that
Yeah.
way.
Wait, our
The
right.
player's
think-
right.
Yeah.
Oh, good. A prison cell.
Stage right.
That's stage left, actually.
Yeah, that's stage left.
Son of a bitch.
I could turn the camera upside down and then it would be stage right.
True that.
Ah, true.
In here, there is a rather spacious but well-reinforced window that looks out upon a rather large area of surprisingly uncultivated that yet fertile land, as there's like vast parks, trees, a few different types of rather well-adorned buildings. People move about, including quite a few who are militarized, but overall it seems partially idyllic. There are no individuals in the time that you end up peering out that you see are anything other than dwarves.
Oh.
The party has some time to themselves. As they wait, there is a small table that has a variety of different foods and drinks provided.
During this time, Hiroi is going to try and rehearse, like, a greeting for whenever questioning actually begins, trying to... I guess not, like, rehearse, but he's going over mentally answers to questions that he might expect.
I cannot remember. Is the vision that we had of this place the one that we remembered, or that we saw,
The one
or
of
was
this
one of
place
them?
specifically is one that Hiroi and Hiroi alone remembers.
Okay. Okay, I could not remember which of them nobody remembered, which of
Well,
them all of
the
us
one that
remembered. and
nobody
which of them-
remembered is the one that everybody is now remembered once you started
Mhm.
walking down the path. The one of her bringing
Okay.
And we remember that because of the... We remembered that one because of the fucked up crystal.
It's so fucked up.
The crystal giveth, the crystal taketh away.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess more specifically, the crystal taketh away, the crystal giveth.
Mhm.
True.
But
This
as
place is rather familiar.
it is rather clear for Hiroi as a variety of the design is exact ornamentation. You might be able to even find your way there should you be able to walk freely.
Does this count as short rest time?
If the party would like to, it is enough time for it to be a short rest, even though it is the middle of the day.
Rat decides to pout in a corner.
I am doing the same thing, but less pouty and more looking out the window and enjoying the sight. Still irritated. There's no hiding that.
We will almost assuredly be questioned on why we came here on the morrow. I advise that... I advise that everyone take a moment to prepare themselves for any questions that you may anticipate, so as to not be caught unawares and thus seem suspicious. More suspicious, I should say.
I would like two of you to make me investigations.
I would love to. Investigation, you say?
Hope investigating this shit.
It was an 18!
No.
No.
Shit, I don't
It's
even
okay,
have
Rat's
that
got you covered.
Alright. So, Brett,
I hate it here.
during the conversation afterwards, you can pick, let's see, is that 2 or 3? You can pick 3 points to rewind back to here of the party talking about that circumstance.
Okay.
But you can also talk about anything you want right now anyway, in addition to
I
that.
see. So So it's giving us like
You get 3 rewind
ability.
times.
yeah, the ability to like say, oh, we talked about that and talk about it now as if we had talked about it during
Right,
the
talk
stream.
about it in private. Right.
Oh,
Mhm.
very nice.
3 instances. We also can just do whatever we want to talk about now as well.
Yes.
Mhm.
If you as players are good enough to have,
That foresight. The only thing that I can really think is these people have a river that is so holy that my little specter has not been following me here. I think it is safe to assume that they are aligned with some forces of peace, or at least taking over the husk of what once was a force for peace. Lying, and I know this is going to sound weird coming from me, might not serve us very well.
Lying would be counterproductive. We're here on a mission of peace.
Was that a plan?
Not to my knowledge. Now, I know that we have been toting a lot of different things with us all this time. Did Atrodon leave a token of sorts with us?
Friend would know that, right?
Yeah. I don't believe he did.
Rare
This
kinda
will
shrugs.
make-
Shield give.
That may have the opposite effect. But they will almost assuredly ask about the shield.
Just shrugs.
So the fact that we don't have any tokens from Atrodon will make proving our story more difficult. But
You also did pick up, or at least Friend could share him, since I believe Friend and Tefford were the only ones awake at that time, but my timeline could be wrong when you mentioned Atrodon and there was no reaction.
Thought they were talking about it.
No.
You said that 2 of them talked to each other. 2 of them came closer to a third and talked about it when Friend asked that.
Then that is not what I meant to communicate.
Okay.
That was
even
more
if they
of a-
don't know,
That was just supposed to be communicating they continue to have their suspicions,
Okay.
was what I was
Oh.
trying to communicate.
Mm-hmm. Conspiratorial
Even though
murmuring about who these weirdos are.
Ragtag band of
Yep.
strange things.
even though they may not know who it is we represent, it is a shame that we have no way of proving that we do, in fact, represent someone other than ourselves. Aside from opening ourselves to mind-probing magics, which they may have, although they may find that abhorrent to some extent, I do not know. That said, we will almost assure, if things work here as they do back home, we will almost assuredly be under the effect of the zone of truth while they question us. Do not attempt to resist. They will know if you do.
Great. Great. I don't think we have anything we're hiding, though, so that shouldn't.
Yeah,
be
I
an
don't
issue.
have any. Yeah.
No, but being under the effect of that sort of enchantment magic can prove disconcerting, and it is tempting to attempt to resist it.
As long as they don't expect me to be thankful for this welcome that they've given us, I shouldn't have any reason to lie. I want this over with as much as any of the rest of you.
One thing back.
I'm not sure
If we do our due diligence, we should have no issue in that regard.
There is a knock on the door before it is opened. the one who you had talked to most of the time previously, who had been the talker to you during the ambush, takes a few steps forward just inside the door and then closes it. I am Domared Anvilhold, and I am the leader of the guard. I'm here to tell you what is going to happen. You are going to be put on trial. We have seen many attacks and many hostile actors as of late. If what you say is true, you will do your best to prove that you are not, in fact, hostile against our means. You should know that the consequences involved means that we cannot let you leave, so you will either stay here or you will be put to death. Is that understood?
For the duration of the trial.
And afterwards, should it not be seen fitting.
I'm confident in our prospects. We shall carry on with this trial.
It's important for you to understand that while I am not going to be taking part in your attack, they are going to be investigating through your belongings, and should there be anything that... He struggles to find the words for a moment, as do I. So, you have a second?
Incriminating?
Yes, that's what the overword is, but I don't want him to use that word. He says some synonym of incriminating.
Suspicious?
Yeah. Yeah, anything
Concerning?
sussy.
Anything damning?
Dangerous.
Damning.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Mhm.
They will be searching through your belongings, looking for anything damning. So if you have anything that you believe to be reasonably abhorrent, it would be best to bring it up before they're mentioned so that you can clear yourself preemptively.
Sir, we don't know what you would consider abhorrent. I have some relics from a different dwarven clan.
I have a stick.
He does seem interested in that. That is the kind of thing that would be very important to mention.
I was hoping
they would
it's
most
fancy.
likely assume you to be thieves and pillagers.
How do you feel about archaeology?
That is for you to make your case.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
We have some magic items that we discovered several weeks out on our way here that we have not yet had the chance to identify. And aside from that, we have my own spellbook, and we have the weapon that Rat has created.
Have big old queen. Round big have old queen.
I do not believe any of your weapons or spells or any of the things you would need be concerned about.
Understandable. I just know that, given that spellbooks are traditionally written in cipher, it would be prudent to bring up.
So be it.
And we also, a long time ago, discovered an artifact, a veil that friend here has taken to using for its properties. It should be with the rest of our belongings, and we believe it to be an artifact from Mirandor.
While many of my comrades would not agree with my views, I don't necessarily believe that you're inherently hostile towards us, but I want you to understand that you will need to fight for it. He looks at friends
Indeed.
for a moment. It would be wise for you to attempt to utilize your heritage if...
I noticed that. You seem to recognize them?
One very similar to him was with us during our founding.
How long ago was that?
He just gestures and shrugs for a moment. I'm not one big on the history of it. I'm focused on the present.
got like a ballpark?
300 years? 400?
It's not that long ago at all, comparatively.
A fair bit before my time. But for now, rest up. It will be taxing.
Thank you for the information.
Yes.
The doors close together and the arcane seals once again form on them.
So, one thing that we have in our favor is that many of the magic items that we have found recently we have not yet had the chance to identify. So if they are something that is damning, the truth will be of use to us. We found it. We did not know what it was. We brought it along with us until we could find out what it was.
Yeah, that sounds like as good an explanation as anything else we're likely to come up with, although, based on the way he's talking, it sounds like they kind of know how they want to rule already.
And we'll have to convince them otherwise.
Bonehead Deadlive still have some.
Oh,
This is
right.
true. We have fought against the undead. That should buy us at least some small clemency. Make no mistake, though, this is a battlefield like any other.
I mean, if it comes to that, I've got a couple of options, but I think we're so far out of civilization, it wouldn't really help us much.
Fool short, fool short. Waste time. Don't kill.
Yeah.
They prize their own safety. They prize their own security. We are intruders.
Rat does accept that with some level of understanding. After all, he knows.
And this isn't the first time that I've had to stay the night while people have their suspicions of me. Right, Rat?
He just kind of looks away. He's still mad it's happening to him.
Trust me, I'm right there with you. This whole thing's very irritating.
Is Kaio doing much other than sulking when it comes to the rest of the group? Like, is he bitching to the group, or is he just sulking?
It's not, I wouldn't call it sulking. I mean, he's making the best of the situation.
He
Looking
is-
out the window, looking around. He is making comments like, oh, this is very irritating.
He's
What
a devotee
on
of the
earth?
bitch queen. It would be his duty to bitch.
It's very accurate. That's how I described myself. Did they have any kind of reaction when I said that?
Very slightly, I guess, not displeased isn't quite the right word, but indismissive isn't either. It's somewhere between the two.
As long as they know who that is, I'm happy.
Like the slightest bit of eye rolling.
I can't help the fact I'm a missionary, essentially. I need people to know who she is, even this far into dry land. It's a cause.
The job.
It's my calling, is to spread her name, even if she doesn't particularly care.
He would care if he stopped doing it, though.
Mhm.
Yes. There's no wedding with her, it's great.
Yep.
Oh. Well, that doesn't help either.
Rat would fist fight the ocean and win.
He's
If I
like
win,
that
I would
one
be
Greek
drowned.
king who had his soldiers stab the ocean.
Them's drowning words.
I'm just drowning words.
I
for
thought that
real.
was Roman.
It was.
Yeah.
One of them.
Same thing,
Listen, I
really,
was-
actually. Good point.
Yeah. I mean, the Romans were just Greekaboos when you think about
called
it.
the Romans Greek
Kind of
because you
were.
were uninformed. I called the Romans Greek because I am informed. We are not the same.
True.
What happened? Never mind. I have
I'll
options, but none that are good.
This is gonna be the easiest TPK ever.
I mean, I said I wanted to roll an in character, but I didn't expect this to be how it went. Kaio mouths off to someone. They put him to death immediately. Ah,
Your Honor, League of Legends.
Death.
Your Honor. What the fuck? Leave me alone, please.
Are there
Your
any
Honor,
other
Lubber
activities
Bee.
the party would like to?
I'm glad this isn't
form
one of
in
my mouthy
character?
characters.
No. All I'm doing is thinking about the magic that I know and thinking it sure would be nice if I still had my staff.
Brad is considering. He's thinking about the things that we have, i.e., he is preparing to bring up in any given order potential things that could be interesting. 3, maybe. Rather, one might say up to 3.
One might say up to 3.
3 whole things.
Up to 3, more
Anyway.
like up to me.
True. Anyway, if there's nothing else that is of use for the rest of us, I believe that pacing around our room, worrying ourselves, will serve us not. It will only tire us out and make us likely to make mistakes.
What is the temperature like in here?
Perfectly neutral.
Yeah, I will
It is
look at
well
Hiraway
temperate.
and with actually not a trace of sarcasm. To be honest, I'm kind of enjoying being out of the cold, the wet, the wild. It's a little cramped, but beats a tent.
Indeed.
Room too big.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I think they would take offense if you were to start digging.
Brad just kind of looks down.
Won't break Claw 1.
Ready, check to move on from scene.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah, ready. Oh, I would want to check before we go to see if the door is locked.
It is.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Arcane locked.
Oh
Game
dear.
And also, you know, mundanely locked.
And also regular locked.
Maybe Arcane was the friends we made along the way.
If you are prepared.
Yeah, I think I am.
Yes.
I believe we are expected to follow, question mark?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, the door is open. How lovely.
He makes
What did he
his
say
way
his
out.
name was? Demoed or something like that?
Yes, this one is Domiad.
Don't.
I can copy that.
Please do.
See, the best part about Rat not caring is I don't have to remember that.
Oh my gosh. That's not how I was going to spell it at all.
It's Dwarven, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Okay.
Tefrid is dead, sadly.
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 It's so sad that Tefrid died of Ligma.
Hell is
The
Tefrid?
contingent of dwarfs moves with you. You're no longer under such, you know,
Sorry.
tight lock and key
Said I was
as,
ready. Need to get up immediately after.
as previously. They still generally stick with you, but it's not like they're biting at your heels, as they generally dictate to you to enter the building on the left, on the north side of the screen. So I guess the
Okay.
central building.
I see. Not as much larger than I thought it was.
Oh no, I was looking out the window. It's very nice out here. It's very pleasant.
That's a
So
long
this one?
walk. I have tiny legs.
Could have been born tall, I guess.
This is a small building that ends up leading to a bridge that crosses a gentle ravine filled with mist that kind of rolls over from some of the nearby mountains until you eventually make your way into a structure. One might even call it a building.
What the hell?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Good luck to the each of you. If any of you are adherents of violence or cruelty. So be it. Those of you who serve well-being, best of luck.
I don't know if that really describes any of us. That's
Meanwhile, looking around the shoulder of Kyle.
Yeah, literally.
I wouldn't describe you as violent, or what was the other word?
Cruel.
Cruel?
Rat looks up with puppy
Probably
dog eyes.
not. Okay,
Not
so
recently.
I don't think Rat is maliciously violent.
I
Oh.
agree.
Kefir doesn't
He
think Rat is
just goes into a
maliciously violent.
dissociative
Well,
state
no,
and
no, no,
commits
no.
atrocities.
No. Rat, when he wants to be malicious, is malicious with his intent, but he's only
Yeah.
malicious against things that deserve to be malicious against.
According to Rat.
He's so lawful.
Thank you for your concern, and I trust that if all goes well, I hope to see you again.
Let us hope. He makes his way through a door on the side. I guess he says one thing, that there will be a few individuals in there, mostly guards, but there will be few who will be speaking to you. And then, after a few moments, one of them pulls a lever next to the door, which opens up as it creaks and reveals the area inside. They direct you onto the pedestal in the center.
Alright, I've changed my name in Discord to
Why are there two Tefrids?
accurate.
Yeah, where is the other Tefert? I've been looking for him. I don't know where he is.
There he is.
Yeah. I was going to say, hey, by the way, there might be a second Tefrid because I couldn't find the other one previously.
I don't know if you know this. The token that I have here is from like 3 levels ago.
Oh no, I have the wrong Kaio.
This is...
This is also the wrong Tefrid.
I have the wrong Tefrid.
I don't know if this is the right rat.
Shut up.
Probably is the right rat.
Is it the wrong Tefrid? This is still the...
Uh-huh. It's level 3 when I clicked on it.
Oh, that.
There we go.
Not the combat sprite. The
Yeah, this is the...
Though when I click on him, it's level 3.
Right, because...
Oh, yeah, 'cause the cup-
that's just the players please don't use ones.
Oh.
yeah, these ones are just a visual representation. These aren't our actual character sheet ones.
Right, like this is
Okay.
the actual character sheet Tefrid, which is the level 6.
If I roll, I will make sure that I roll from the other sheet.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that is important.
Thank you.
Kaio.
Yes, I'm present.
Where are you?
You deleted my token, I think.
Ah, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because...
Oh, whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you like that.
Right, because I deleted your token because you were talking about it. Give me just
Yeah,
a moment.
my bad.
I'm gonna get some water. We should probably take a very brief break.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will
Oh, I'm
also
excited.
be.
Very brief break the necks of all the dwarves in the room? Hell yeah.
Hello, everybody. The party
All right.
makes their way into the room in the center of flowing water from the nearby river. The variety of the areas that have been elevated here seem to have flowing water as a rather central cornerstone of their structure. One of the parts that ends up after you cross, the pedestal begins to sink gently into the water, leaving only the central pedestal remaining. As one of them stands up, the one in the top right, he introduces himself as the Law Master, Adjudicator Dulgir. He waves his hands gently over the water, which begins to rise and spiral around you, ever so briefly forming a gentle sphere over you of the holy water. It quickly begins to subside into a sphere that stands still as practically a dome of water. Hiroe and Kaio.
Yes.
I believe the two of you are the two who consider yourselves black and or evil aligned, correct?
I wouldn't say consider, but yes.
You would not consider?
I wouldn't say consider, it just is true.
You just would agree. Okay. The two of you are going to have a little bit harder of a time. You feel under the weather, you feel less on your A game as a result of the current environment you find yourself in. So you're going to have a little bit of a penalty on some of these. Not like disadvantage, but a bit of penalty. Conversely, Tefred and Friend, you're feeling a little invigorated by the process.
White man, a moment.
Rat feels absolutely
green.
the same.
Yep.
I don't think
Same.
I don't think
He feels slightly
Brandon's
damp.
white mana.
That's very true. You smell the water in the air. That's very true. Hmm?
Said Rat loves smelling things.
That should be true.
Schnifschnoff.
Or
Please repeat your names for the record.
In any particular order, or just one we want?
As you want.
Kaio
What is
Frio.
important here is the discovery of the truth, not the process itself. The process it acts as a way to discover what is true.
Rat completely did not comprehend that, I bet, considering he was being like, what's it called? Pedantic about the way he was saying it. He does not have a high enough score in common.
True. Hiroe can probably translate that. How would Rat react to that general idea that the truth isn't what matters, it's the process of getting there? Or it's not the process that matters, it's the truth behind it?
I mean, once he understood it, he would not take any particular position on it.
Gotcha, okay,
considering
okay.
It's not his place to determine what the aspect of truth is, only for him to find it.
Makes sense. Either way. I assume everybody just repeats their names?
Yeah. After I was sassy, I gave my name in the same sentence.
Rat repeats his name in just Draconic.
To keep things...
Once he sees everyone else's.
Gotcha. Makes sense. To keep things simple for you, we've been the subject of many attacks and explorers who have meant to do us harm. We currently believe that you are in the same group, but you clearly seem to think otherwise, so if you have anything to attempt to give credit to your means to be here of assistance or to help provide evidence against the idea of being hostile, please go forth. You can
I would like
request
to-
any of your items that you have. Some of them will be used to potentially counteract some of your arguments, but nonetheless, you are free to call upon them as you need.
I would like to first bring forth as an item, the numerous skulls of undead that we carry in our possession, which are on their own do not prove anything, but in context, we have been beset by a growing horde of undead, and were instructed by a great druid by the name of Aedfredon to seek out who he called the High Dwarves, and he gave us the direction that they were to be found along a holy river, in the hopes that they would be able to aid us in stemming this tide of undead.
Give me a persuasion. A penalty will be applied to it.
Joy.
We did not get the chance to get a long rest, did we?
Correct.
Okay.
Gotcha. The presence of these undead skulls gives little education or credence to it. It is just as likely that those are ones that could be summoned by you given the chance, or, even with your story, most creatures tend to be the adversaries of such undead. That gives little to your alliance to us.
Indeed.
What was this task that he sent you here to perform? He asks generally to the group. Hiroe starts to feel a little unwell.
We were expected to make contact with all of you, and it's been not exactly what we expected. There is a tremendous threat on the horizon, one that is far beyond anything that we can do, and our, I won't say friend, associate, acquaintance, Aedfredon said perhaps he had heard you could help. Maybe. Given what I saw heading here, I will admit that I believe you've got capabilities beyond what we have seen elsewhere. The river that flows from this place, how warm it is, even though it should be frigid, it's quite impressive, and, well, something smiling down on you, that much is obvious.
He ends up whispering a few words to one of his aides, who ends up leaving for a while. When they do inevitably end up returning after a few questions, they return with a scroll in hand. Kaio, would you mind giving me a persuasion?
Sure. Not good.
It's not
Unlucky.
ideal. Again,
Especially with the penalty.
yeah, Kaio is, the two of you
Oh,
are
this is
not feeling well.
the wrong character sheet again.
Oh.
Roll it.
Okay.
Is that the same
It is
roll?
the same role, but that is what it should look like.
That is funny. That is what it... Yeah. Did he give any indication of why?
I, the player, do not remember if he did, because I didn't. For some reason, I didn't think I was in that conversation.
I feel like Friend would remember this, but it's been too long
Friend,
for
would
me
you
to
give me a
remember.
history?
Oh no.
Unlucky.
0 point.
Sadly, we don't have that.
I have been considering potentially giving like one free inspiration at the start of each session or whatever.
That's what I've done.
And
in
that would
my
be kinda nice.
campaign. It's nice. And
I think
towards the end
since
of the
this
session,
is a big non-combat one, I think now is actually a fine part for that if y'all are okay starting that now.
Okay, so we each gain inspiration?
Yep.
cool,
Okay.
cool. I kind of soft rerolled anyway because I clicked twice, so I'm not doing anything with this, but it's nice to have.
No, that is.
It was the exact same roll either way.
Well,
I
it's not about that. It's that entirely when you roll the wrong thing, you re-roll it. That has always been. That's always trying to be the stance, right? It stays if it's valid, and if it's not valid, you re-roll it. You don't adjust it.
Interesting.
Right. That's what I try to do, at least. Sometimes I'm sure I make mistakes, but.
All right. Well, hey. Can I re-roll this with my inspiration then? See if I can get higher than a 13?
If that's what you would like to use it on.
No, I'll wait.
Nah.
Okay. Now, the real question is, would friend like to re-roll that history check?
I mean, I could, but I have a +0 in history.
Practical mind, then?
For ability checks.
Yep.
This isn't this one is an ability check.
I thought these are skill checks.
This skill check isn't actually a term. It's all ability checks.
Oh. Huh. I guess I can re-roll then.
Oh shit.
That's much better.
Friend would recall that he did it because he said that they helped once in the past. They helped his father.
His father's name
Tradon.
is Tradon. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Friend would recall the information back to the adjudicator.
He nods his head a few times. There have been a few things upon your personage that, well, some of this seems to corroborate many of your statements. There are a few that seem unbearably damning. Do you have any that you'd like to clear up before they come in question?
Mentioned this earlier. Some dwarven artifacts from the back to the notes so I pronounce this right.
Ithawenti.
Ithawenti, from the Ithawenti tribe, of course. I'm an archaeologist. I search out relics that are hidden or buried in the past, and I've been trying to figure out where those. Try to figure out more about those two things. So they're not there with any ill intent. Just trying to find out more about them.
Give me your persuasion now, Tefren. Then we're gonna need one after that from Rat and from Friend as they get some of their questions.
Persuasion?
Persuasion. Unless you have anything else you'd like to try to substitute that with.
What's the skill modifier for complete earnesty?
Applied
Persuasion.
Got this persuasion.
It is still persuasion. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck.
That is rather good.
Could
Oh
be
dear
worse.
God.
Could be worse.
I mean, all the other modifiers, it ends up being pretty well off.
Mhm.
It's been a while since we've heard from any of the Ithawenti. I have no reason to believe that you've...
How long is a while? Sorry, wrong time. Later.
I'm sure we can discuss such things should you be deemed friend.
Friend picks up.
Does friend speak up, or is that just like me?
No, I was making a meme because if you were deemed friend and his name is friend.
Ah, I see. Very true. This is absolutely not problematic.
Yeah? Oh shit, I hate these socks.
You okay?
So,
Are there any other items or artifacts that you wish to provide any evidence for?
the tortoise shield was the one that we found in the settlement on the way here, right?
Yep.
We discovered a shield bearing the likeness of a tortoise's shell, in a ruined settlement a couple weeks to the south and west of here. We brought it along in the hopes of learning more about it, and in the hopes that if its rightful owners were still alive, they could be discovered.
What else was discovered at this time? And
Was this
I presume you
before or
just
after?
discuss. Here I would know.
Was this before or after the red crystal? Should we bring up the red crystal? No, we should not bring up the red crystal.
Definitely not. We didn't find anything there, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't. There was.
Yeah, it was the trade goods, if I'm not mistaken, that we found there.
Mm-hmm. I think.
We found a volume of goods there that were non-magical in nature and not with any apparent immediate utility.
And friend of Mithril, why do you carry on with them? What do you see in this purpose?
In referencing what?
Just the party in general.
Tefrid was the one who discovered me. I seek to remember what I am. Nothing more.
I don't think I need you to roll for that. I think you're good. Last one for now. So, what was the full name? I know you said it was full name. It was...
Rats?
Was it just Nakderlinden?
It's Nachterliden.
Nakderliden. Alright, he says so because he's been addressing each of you in as full name and title as possible. Long have the kobolds fought with our kind and sought to remove us from our areas as they stand. What do you know of these, and do you hold any such similar opinions to do so? He probably says it a little more verbose than that, so Hiraway would probably do well
Yeah.
to translate.
He looks to Hiraway. He does say in Draconic, "Is this going to be easier if you speak my tongue? Sorry, this is going to be easier if you speak my tongue. Is this the case?"
Yes, it is going to be easier if I interpret for you.
He was generally asking out to them to see if anyone understood it,
not.
considering they had been in conflict with kobolds, so maybe they might understand the tongue, but
They did not.
he just kind of shakes his head. Whatever. He just looks up at Hiraway, I guess again. I come from a warren far, far to the southwest. We keep to ourselves and keep our warren healthy and alone. We too have faced and dealt with intruders in our homes, so I understand your caution and your disposition towards those who intrude.
So often have others come to our home looking for our things, trying to take us. We suspected he,
As he points to Hiroe,
might been one of them at once. I know not any of these clans near you, nor do I have any desire to take your home from you. There's nothing here that there would be any reason for me to do so. My purpose, my intent, the reason I left my clan, as I'm sure is uncommon to you, was to
Go ahead. Keep going.
was to work on the things that were so rudely taken from me. I'm an inventor, not a war maker.
Is there any of that Hiroe chooses to change?
This is a court of law. He's going to represent Rat as accurately as he can.
Okay. Then the only follow-up question he has for that is, and what inspires you to do so far from your home, adventurer and actor, and
It was the purpose given to me by my clan, the utility I hold. I am not strong, I am not fast, I am cunning. I do what I can, make what I can. The things that I create in service of my clan. I create in service of one day, our clan having more than just a cave that must follow the rules of the men around them. Or,
as he looks around and crosses his arms,
so frequently do they oppress.
I think you made a lot of very logical arguments there. I'll let you make a persuasion using int, so basically just an int roll.
Aye.
Good luck.
Rat would say nothing other than stuff along that vein.
Mm-hmm. Good RP. Pretty good. He makes
baby.
He makes very strong arguments that he ends up being very receptive to, especially with the general understanding of, Rat doing a very good job at drawing on the pathos of defending one's home and the reasonable suspicions therein. There ends up being, at this point, they bring back a few scrolls from which he reads a bit of history and ends up being able to provide a bit back. What do you know of Tradon himself? Not Aid Tradon, whom you speak of, but of Tradon.
We know that to those in service of the being known as the Lord of Silence, he is known as the Betrayer. We know that he aided in sealing away the Lord of Silence and his commanders. And we know that he is no longer around, and that his son Aetradon is carrying on his legacy as best he can.
Does anyone else add to that?
Rat does bring up in Draconic.
Should we mention that Karzan is free?
Wouldn't that be the reason we're here?
I don't speak Draconic, so I don't know what you're saying.
We will bring that up when they ask for more information about why we are here.
Shrugs. Then all I would say is bring up that it's not just his son, but more than that. Considering what he was and whether it could have a son to begin with.
Right. And Hiroe does so, bringing up that specific detail.
I think that's a valid pass. There's a rather more personable objection directed at Kyle.
Oh, hello.
upon your own admission, which I accept to the bravery of, you claim yourself to be a devotee of that of the evil waters, something very anathema to our being. Would you explain why that is?
Why I worship her, or why I would tell you that?
Rat snaps and points. He understands. He says, Blubberby!
It's Umberlee. He kind of stops himself from getting frustrated, exhales, comes down, looks back to the adjudicator, waiting for an answer to the question that he asked.
Both.
Both. Well,
He sort of gestures somewhat openly with his arms.
I was born as a chosen of hers, I suppose, in a village that was, well, entirely devoted to her. I don't think there was really much choice. Even if I hadn't particularly wanted to venerate her myself, well, when a god picks you, it's not really something you can decline. And there was a time when I thought she had rejected me, and when I realized that this wasn't true, I, well, redoubled my faith in her. I think this is probably the same story for others, although not quite as personal. I wouldn't lie about that. She would drown me if I did.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion. This one's not going to have a penalty on it. You make a good enough job to counteract that.
Nice. Oh, this is the wrong one again. God, I'm sorry.
Lucky you.
Lucky you that you didn't crit on the wrong one.
I'm very accustomed
to
clicking on my token, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that?
Well, that's a little better.
Yeah,
you double
just
click on it,
double-click
yeah.
your token.
Yeah, that's how I always open my character sheets, double clicking on my token.
Son of a bitch.
No. Stinky.
It's a bad habit to get into, don't do it.
I just do it from the character sheet, the actors menu.
Yeah, that takes, well, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's my commentary is...
That's sufficient.
Yeah, I have no choice, really. He doesn't seem bitter about that, it's just, it seems like he has never considered any alternative life path.
Tefford Brandywood. You've made mention in some of the writings that we've... Sorry, not like that. Hold on, give me a second. You've made great dedications to your means in the pursuit of history. What is it that you strike to learn while you're here?
Well, whatever I can, really. It's not really anything specific. I don't know anything about you people, and I'd like to know more. I'd like to write it down. You're a little far out of the way, but I feel like knowing more about each other is a great way to facilitate relationships, diplomatic, friend, no matter what.
Earnest and simple. This time, Mr. Domed, leader of the guard, ends up speaking up. So tell me, if he did send you here, what was the reason? Sorry, they would say, if Aid Shadon did you send you here, what was the reason? They a lot of the times when they're saying he or, other pronouns, they're going to
They
use
use
the proper
names.
name.
Mhm.
That is me not being a clanner.
As was said, Atrodon sent us here in the hopes that he might negotiate aid and an alliance in once again pushing back the forces of the Lord of Silence, because one of his lieutenants, arch-lieutenants, Karzon, the Butcher of Mirandor, has awoken.
We have no reason to believe that the Lord of Silence is at risk of breaking free. Why do you believe that Karzon has?
We saw him.
Is that something Tefra just goes out and says?
Absolutely.
Okay. And yet you live to be here now. How did that happen?
He seemed happy. And really likes people being scared. So...
They start to grow rather suspicious of your responses. This might be a good time for the party to have discussed some of this.
Sure. Rewind the clock.
Yeah.
It's rewind time.
So, Rat still fully believes that they were not the ones to release him. He fully believes that it was at the same time. The skeletons were active. There were many things happening around them. The temple was collapsing, and they opened the final door behind it, upon which the seals broke on their own. They needn't do anything other than open the door.
Kaio fully believes that it's our fault.
Rat does not believe that they even had anything to do with it, and that if they had not been there, Karzon would have awoken too.
Tifford has no idea about how any of it works. He's kind of still in the same camp of I think that was happening eventually. If we sped it up, it wasn't by much. Whatever was happening in that temple was happening, regardless of our intervention.
So,
of course, he has very little knowledge of magical seals.
So how about this? We say that we were trying to investigate the necropolis in the hopes of stemming the flow of undead from it to aid the skink folk who live nearby. And while we were doing so, we bore witness to his reawakening, and he kept us alive as essentially messengers to spread the fear of his return.
This is not the first time Teford has encountered someone who would do this.
This is very accurate. This is exactly what happened from my recollection.
Actually.
Yeah, this is like an MO that he has seen of things of incredible cruelty.
That's true. Rat also is, again, he's not like a liar. He doesn't like lying. He just might not understand the weight of the things he says necessarily. He would also, Rat would say, at least in the discussion,
why not just tell them he mistakenly believed that we were the ones who freed him?
We don't know if bringing that up would be damning.
Well,
If
they have the capacity, like you were saying, to tell if we're lying, do you think they can tell a lie of a mission?
spells like Zone of Truth do not typically have that capacity, they can only tell lies that are brought forth.
Oh, perfect. What? Nothing. We're not going to say anything, so it's nothing.
I'm really confused. I don't think that... Even if it were our fault, we're doing the right thing.
I say it's not our fault, because then we gotta do something about it, and we really shouldn't.
We are actively doing something about it, Kaio. That's why Kaio!
We're very far away from it. I like that. This is fine. This is us finding somebody else to deal with it, if you ask me.
We're getting allies to help us in dealing with it.
Your mind works in the weirdest ways.
It's not that weird. Incredible
danger. We're doing
danger.
Something good. You can admit it.
Incredible danger there.
that the Lord
Where?
of Violence was a conqueror of nations.
But he might be a slow conqueror of nations.
I don't think that's true.
No,
You've
that's
seen the skeletons building their engines of war.
He's trying to do everything in his power not to accept that he is going to be trying to fight a horrible evil skeleton god. It's not working. He's been traveling for months, and this has still been the mentality that he has carried with him each day.
Regardless, I think what we emphasize is the fact that we travel to the necropolis to try and protect the skink folk.
I like that. I mean, it's true. That's what we did.
Frankly, all this moralizing is unimportant to me. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, before them is a decision between whether they believe us and assist in stemming Karzan, or they kill us and die to him. It doesn't matter whether we freed him or not. It doesn't matter what any other circumstance is.
Very
Is that
true.
Draconic Rat? That sounds like
That's
Draconic Rat.
Draconic.
Yeah, no, he is
Fine.
talking. He's talking to Hiroe about this,
Yeah.
expecting a translation because he's not just talking to Hiroe.
Uh-huh.
Right. And Hiroi does offer the translation, but then he responds, yes, but the moralizing is a part of the process. It is a part of the spectacle of a court. It is part of what they expect us to partake in. It's ritual.
Their spectacle and ritual will kill them.
Perhaps.
They did
But
say
for now,
we have
we-
the option to stay. That could buy us enough time to get in contact with Atrodon and have a potential retrial.
They would not take kindly to us sharing our location with somebody outside of here. And I also do not believe that any of us are capable of sending magics or anything of the sort, if such magics would even work here. Are we in agreement then?
If your moralizing fails, translate what I say exactly.
He just rolls his eyes.
I will, if it fails. And Hiroi begins moralizing. Specifically along the points of helping the skink folk, stemming the tide of undead because they were facing extinction. Then, as they were trying to find the core of the necropolis to stop the flow of undead, the worm, how it was breaking everything, causing it to be incredibly unstable. They found the center of the necropolis. Karzan awoke and left them alive as messengers to spread the fear of his return.
Pretty much every single sentence you give ends up leading to more and more of the few people who are, actually by the sides of each of the two main speakers just having more and more chatter amongst them, and there's quite a bit of conversation going on such that you are not currently the focus for a little bit. There's a lot of discussion going on.
You woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Is
This
this a
is-
public trial?
Not public, but each of them have a few aides with them.
Gotcha.
There's a collection of people on each of the two groups, in each of the little triangles. There's probably, aside from guards, maybe like 15 people or so,
Sure.
God damn.
not including you.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is not part of the 24/7 stream of God, what's it? Not political bullshit. What's the line?
We are not on judge duty.
Yeah. Regardless, eventually, that ends up being pretty much about exactly the right kind of way to do it. They end up talking about how some of that's information you wouldn't be able to know unless you were actually there, and As a result, it seems that the Dominion would have failed to uphold their half of the treaty, which is unfortunate, but
Failed or were unable to?
they would be able to. Does Tefra know what he means when he says Dominion?
No. I mean, he's guessing Guadals.
It's a good guess. Yeah, that's it. Trivia and celebrity bullshit. Thank you.
Well.
And the last three parts that end up being the final few questions, the first of which they bring out and pretty quickly end up managing to dismiss, which is in fact Tefred's, some of his evidence of the dwarf and the aspects. They end up, you know, being rather understandable about it and are glad that you were forthright about such activities. The second is one of your collections from the Flashbang Cave, one of those crystals. They end up questioning, since as far as they know, most of the crystals of that type that grow are from around here, so they'd very much be interested in how one came into your possession.
There's one just to the north of the Shining City. It's in a cave.
I
There's
don't
some
know where the
goblins.
Shining City is.
It's where we're from.
It should be.
I could show you on a map. But
It should be several weeks to the west of here.
northwest, yeah. West by northwest, basically.
Is that the entire statement that you give? Because if so, he kind of ends up probing for more, because you're kind of just saying, well, it's from somewhere.
Well, yeah, but that's
Well-
you know more about this than I do. I think we just found we just found it. It flashed. We all passed out for a little while, and then I got some just to carry around, just to see if we could find more about it.
Describe you found it.
We found a cave. We walked into the cave, and it was in the cave.
There
We
were
found it in
goblins
the
within
cave.
the cave.
Yeah. And
There-
a door behind the crystal.
Yes, the
Yes,
door.
there
Yeah.
were- Yes. A door of, at the time, unknown make at the back of the cave.
We couldn't open it. No idea how. No markings said indicate that it could open.
What would Tefred like to roll? What does he think the best argument skill check is there?
Nature.
Why?
Nature or survival, because he's trying to retrace the exact steps that they took to. He's
so
looking
you're
at this
going
from
off
the
of
yeah.
the idea of going in detail to attempt to prove it as a truth by providing details
Yeah,
of the nature of it.
Provide the full story, show them exactly where we found it, give them the whole story.
Alright, I think that's valid. Go for it.
Thank you.
The survival, or
Either.
okay,
They're both the same number for me.
okay.
It's in your nature, Jack.
Pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
They end up accepting that. Finally, we'd like you to tell us what this is, as they bring out in a box that is made a crate of lead, in which it is very well secured. One of them ends up setting it down just to the north of where you are on the on this small lake, and they gently open it up as they reveal that half of the Moonbreaker pendant.
Who had that on them?
That was with Hirue.
Okay.
That was a symbol of presumably some unknown cult, because it carried with it some dark energy. When we discovered it in a chest in the roughly the same region where we discovered the crystals, much like with the dwarven relics that Tefford has brought with him, I brought that with me in the hopes that I could learn more about its origins.
Despite its wretched nature, surely you can sense it, can't you? Does it not disgust you?
It was anathema to my very being, but I am entirely willing to put myself through hell to learn what I must.
They're not currently liking this answer. They're gonna go into a bit of detail on how one of the groups that recently attacked them was like, you know, that cult of the final twilight, of which that is one of their emblems, which they so egregiously and intentionally left as an insult to them.
In that case, it can be cast into the fires of the Nine Hells. I thank you for the information. I was searching for answers about it because I am a worshipper of Lady Moon, and that symbol itself was anathema to my own goddess.
The pillar once again rises from the south side. The sphere of water gently lowers around you. Please leave the room for a few moments as we make our decision.
Io posts up on the wall.
I think that went well.
Rat kind of shrugs.
Not understand
Think
what
if-
say some.
It went as well as I could have hoped it could go.
If anything went poorly, it was the nature of that pendant. I fear that my convictions regarding what I'm willing to put myself through may have given them the wrong impression.
When did we even pick that up? It's been a while.
It was around the time when we found the crystal.
Me bend it. 3 bend it, little, tall, middle,
Right. The
Work.
lockbox.
work street.
Foot grab as he points at Kaio.
Water foot grab first.
What? Yes. What?
I mean,
It was in the missing shipment.
if you ask me, it might have been more suspicious if you declared it beforehand. That would mean you would know that they were being attacked by them.
Exactly.
Rat kind of shrugs. And in Draconic, to Heroe, kind of just comforting him in the sense of like,
Honestly, if what I would have said was that you were looking for it, or not would have said, but the point being, why are they so interested in finding out more about us if they believe we are anathema to them? Why do they put themselves through so much trouble to learn more about us? In the same vein
That's
as
a
the
very good
pendant,
point.
you know not what it is. You know it is anathema to you. You need to know why.
That is a very good point, Rat.
The pursuit of knowledge is itself valuable, regardless of the knowledge.
Kaio, would you mind rolling me a perception check?
Oh, I'd love to. Oh, this is... Not that it matters actually this time, because I have the same bonus on both sheets.
Oh shit.
While you're leaning up against the wall, eventually you have a little bit of an idea, being, you know, the sneaky little devil that you are. You end up
Mhm.
putting your ear up against the wall and end up listening in on the other side without any of them noticing, and you're picking up that there's a fair bit of yelling going on in the other room.
Ooh, exciting.
That's going in the book.
I will look around,
The,
whisper to Heroe.
The guards that are here are, there's only like 2 of them that are relatively nearby, They're the ones on the lever, so if you're whispering, you probably would not be heard.
Yeah, I'll whisper to Hiraway because I think he's the most perfidious and nefarious scoundrel in this party aside from me. Hey, why don't you come take a listen? And I'll kind of cock my head towards the wall.
Don't trust what you're listening. It would be suspicious.
There seems to be some disagreement in there. Couldn't tell quite what, but either we had an impact and they're disagreeing on whether to kill us, or the method of death is going to be intriguing. Hard to say.
Well, it is a court of opinion. Opinions are sure to be varied and emphatic.
Well, if anything, it's good to know they aren't all in agreement, because I think that probably would be in agreement that there's a problem.
There is a problem.
Yes, but hopefully not one that needs us, well, underwater, underground.
Oh, yes, of
I'm
course.
not sure how they bury people here.
Rat just kind of shrugs.
Well, in the worst
Not
case
dying.
scenario, we'll find out.
I'm looking around. Are there any windows here?
No, this is a room that is very, very distinctly rather secure. The stone meshwork. Actually, Rat, give me a perception or investigation.
Whoop, investigating this shit. I want you to know that if I fail this, I am going to be using my.
You're good. Not only are the stone chunks, given like the depth of the door that you walked through, rather thick, as you're looking at the mortar in between it, you're realizing that it's made out of a lead-infused paste as well that helps give it a rather significant amount of magical resistance, so that people couldn't even like shift to the walls.
I love lead paste. I love eating it.
I love eating it as well.
I don't think Kaya would pick up on all of that, but he would pick up on the fact that this is very secure. The comet was not dying, and he would just kind of laugh and say, I don't know that you would have much of a choice.
Rat just shakes his head.
Not die.
Well, we'll see.
Kaio ends up hearing a slam in the other room, like a fist on a table.
Oh,
Oh, damn, I was hoping somebody got slammed into a wall.
I'm so curious. This door is closed, though, so we can't see anything.
Does anybody have any further discussions before we time skip a bit?
I think not.
Only that I wish I had my staff.
Taproot, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay,
The last thing.
I saw you clicking around a bit and wanted to make sure your mic was working.
Yeah.
Alright. As they open it back up and bring you in for the deliberation, or as the deliberations have ended, it's clear that visually you can also see that there's been quite a bit of a heated argument between some of the individuals until eventually the
They beat the shit
educator...
out of each other while we were out.
Yeah, so true.
Oh yeah, when I walk in, I'd like to look around and see who looks the most disheveled to see if anyone did get pushed around.
No, it seems like it was verbal entirely.
Damn.
Continuing on your perception.
Our party like
heated.
1851.
Disappointing. I was hoping for real violence, but I guess that would be too good for these people, or beneath them.
Friend? There it is.
Is friend here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good, just wanted to make sure. Before we send you on your way, there's a few things you should understand. The Coatls have not done a very good job at maintaining their side of the deal. When Karzon and the others were when Karzon and the Lieutenants and the Lord of Silence were sealed away, we were to maintain that of Pain's Spire. and make sure that their territory was split in half by this holy river, which we maintain its direction for. This provides them difficulty. They, in turn, were to maintain some of the... And they use a word that here you're all able to understand, interchanges with necropoli. And I'm just gonna end up referring to it as necropoli because I out of character like that more.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be calling it necropoli. Oh shit. I hope this isn't another age bingo moment.
Exactly.
Well, they were supposed to maintain the necropoli. It seems that they've been failing to do so. However, even should the worst come to worst, their greatest strength, he would find it exceptionally difficult to assault our location, both given the weather and even if he were to find a way here, we are very well fit to deal with him. However, we also understand your plight. So, while we cannot offer you much more than supplies for your journey back, what we will do is provide with you a promise. It would be suicide for us to help. If you can gather up enough other allies, enough forces from those that surround him, such that a concerted attack may be able to be made against Karazhan and the Lord of Silence, then you will have our support. Until then, you are not welcome back, and you are not to discuss this location as a means of bargaining with any of the others. Is that understood?
Wait, before we close, I'd like to ask something.
Please.
Well, first of all, I still many questions I'd like to ask you about different histories here, but more importantly, this is something really dangerous and something that we might need, even for you all to be warned about rapidly. All due respect, this journey was intense and almost ran us out of our resources just for a small group of 5 to get here. If we're to go back, and as a gesture of good faith, maybe it would be worth opening contact with our people and sending a diplomat with us. Someone capable of rapid communication, in case the worst comes to pass, or in case we need to get or in case we manage to muster up those allies.
Give me a persuasion. It's
All right.
pretty neutral. It's a pretty neutral idea. Go ahead.
Failing that, if that is too much to ask, I would ask for a scroll of the sending spell and some means of address by which I can contact an appropriate person here to offer that information, with the understanding that I will only send a sending through such means in the event that enough allies have been gathered.
Make your roll.
Would I be able to offer help for Tefrid, or?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, so you get advantage on that. Unlucky.
Well, fortunately, I am, and I have one left.
Oh, true.
Lucky rolls only rerolls 1 die, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Ah!
You could be inspired, though.
Am I
This
inspired?
is true. Yeah, everyone got an inspiration.
Oh, okay. We're using all our rerolls tonight, boys. Ooh,
Jesus
that
Getting worse!
It just got worse.
Maybe I should have been the one to roll the persuasion. I have a +5 instead of a -1.
Probably, yeah, but like...
You get
Too late.
one.
Did we- this child-
You get
oh.
one.
Okay. No, I was saying I should have, but okay.
Yeah.
You get one.
Okay.
That's probably true. Okay.
You know what?
A positive number. Above a 10, I'll take it.
Jesus Christ!
You will find a crystal upon your personage when you depart. Break it and you will communicate to us. You will not be provided a second.
Thank you.
In means to your history, you are allowed to spend this night, but no more. If you would like access to our libraries, Tefred Brandywood,
That'd be
it
fantastic.
can be allowed.
That would be amazing. Thank you very much. Very kind of you.
We make requests that, if possible, attempt to hold the Coatl Dominion to their word and discover why it is they have neglected their promise. We know that they are still capable of doing so. We have seen them continue to fly and fight, and for some reason they have chosen not to. Additionally, it may be very important to attempt to find soldiers who cannot be corrupted by his undeath, as while we may be able to provide blessings for some to prevent immediate turning, if we're going to have a chance to fight them on their own turf, or on their own ground, we'll need many who won't need such blessings. Lastly, we will simply need a lot of bodies to fight. If you can meet those criteria, then we will provide you our aid. And even though I guess he didn't technically say it there, out of character, I guess he will have, in addition to the forces you're gathering from home. So, like, it needs to not be from kingdoms or empire.
Yeah, since we already have some degree of aid from there.
Mm-hmm. Each of you will be assigned 2 guards.
Oh.
Make the most of your stay while you remain.
Can I get ones that can help translate between Dwarvish and Common?
I can do that. Well, for 10 minutes. If
I'm not planning on sleeping tonight, Kyle.
Oh no. Oh no, you can do that, I will not.
Out of character, you guys are going, as you get provided your sleeping quarters for the evening, it is not lavish, it is rather basic.
Mm-hmm.
You are,
Does it
however,
still provide the
provided...
benefits of a long rest?
Hmm?
I was gonna say, does it still provide the benefits of a long rest?
But
That's
what
what
you
I
do
thought.
Oh,
get,
Jesus
This
Christ.
is glorp shit, bro.
what you
This
do
is
end
glorp
up
shit.
getting is about up to 300 rations.
Hey, you know
Okay.
what? That's fine.
Yeah, I think that we dump like 300 low-value trade goods. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Can we do that? Will they purchase anything from us?
I mean, you can dump it either
Actually-
way. But
Actually,
like,
one other thing we could try is we could see if they would be willing to provide saddlebags and such for your fucked up creature.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to buy some? You guys want to buy some trash off us really quick?
I'm a little concerned actually because that is technically a fiend, but I did tell them that I worship an evil god, so maybe they're okay with it.
they are willing to buy like either high or premium quality trade goods.
Well, we've got both of those, and we've got 60 high quality, so...
Yeah, that'll be
So
something
you
at
can
least.
make one on each since you're going to be here for one day, since you kind of have to leave like pretty much first thing tomorrow.
Mhm.
Okay.
That'll be 25 high and 5 premium.
So should I roll?
And we
the,
are- Yeah. For sure, we're selling the high no matter what. So we're
okay.
selling the high to 10 gold,
Did you use your
10% penalty.
inspiration?
No, I didn't.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was a 4. Yeah. Let me use this inspiration real quick. That's
Do you-
awful.
Are you going to use it on your high before you roll your premium, just in case?
Okay. So
Well, but the thing is we're not selling the premium if it's bad anyways. We can just
Mhm.
wait for the
'Cause it's
premium.
only
we can't
5
wait for the
encumbrance.
high.
Okay.
Fair
okay.
Yeah.
Let me see what we get. I am praying
Just
for
roll
a better
another
roll.
D20 because you're not re-rolling the D4
Oh, okay. So it's a
Which is
12.
plus 2.
And
which is
so-
26.
So
26, so that would be a
something, yeah.
30% bonus.
Yep.
Nice.
30% of... Hold on.
25 gold.
0.5 by 25... What? Wait, what?
Wait, wouldn't it only be...
No, it's 12 and a half
10?
gold.
Ooh, yeah, wouldn't it only be 10 gold because it's 10 encumbrance per block?
I thought high value was sold 25 per.
Let me check.
Help me.
And it's been a while since we've had anything worth selling.
Sure.
Hell. Not getting a long rest here does hurt. It does hurt.
Yeah.
But you know what? At least they didn't kill us. Whatever.
They're giving you
Yeah.
a rest.
They put us under arrest instead of giving us a long rest.
Oh god, I have 1 second level spell slot for the trip back.
Well, whatever. We'll do a lot of running away.
Yeah.
Every single person
Yep.
uses the guard action.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's- Well,
there
no,
are
some
a
of
few
well,
other supplies the party can attempt to buy if they want, but they are simple.
I would like saddlebags for my horrible wolf whale.
Right.
The whale.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, your thing just
Okima?
keeps changing
Have
every
we
time we
decided-
talk about it.
No,
Have
it's
we
been
got
a
verdict?
wolf whale consistently.
Do we have a verdict on what?
I'm looking.
the-
Where's that table? Where's the buying and selling? I'm looking for it. There it is. I'm just blind. Okay. It was not there.
4 people talking at once.
25 is fine here either way. I'll make a verdict later.
Okay.
25 times, so it's 12.5 times 1.3 is 16.25. So I'm gonna
Okay.
subtract 25 from here, bring us down to 35 high value, which adds 16 gold, which is 72, 2 silver, which is brings us up to 10, and 5 copper, which is 11, which I then carry up. The 1, carry up. The 1, carry up. 73.
Hero A. Please make note of adding a crystal of sending to the sanctuary.
Just.
Rat is smug, but for reasons that are unclear until he says why. But Rat is notably smug, as they are basically from the point of which they gave their verdict on.
Kyle,
Yeah.
you can purchase 25 encumbrance pouches, up to 4 of them for a gold each.
Oh, damn. 25 encumbrance pouches, 4 of them. And that's enough. Sorry, that's what would fit on the creature.
Yes.
Okay. I
100
will keep
encumbrance
that.
feature.
So I'm reducing by 4 gold. I have 11 gold now. And then that gives my creature 100 encumbrance capacity, which
Right.
is...
And also of note, given its speed, it does not matter if it is fully encumbered.
Nice. I don't think that I have a character sheet for it.
Right.
But...
We will handle that out of...
So,
session.
Mhm.
does that mean that we can only put 100 encumbrance and stuff on it, or that?
Correct.
Okay.
100 would be
Good to know.
fully encumbered, but fully encumbered is
Okay.
still a move speed of 3 for it.
Good to know. Thank you.
It's fast as heck.
Fast as fuck, boy. Alright, do we want to do a premium roll?
Okay, let me roll.
I think we don't sell.
We can just wait until later, because this is
Yeah.
15 gold of goods. Like,
Yeah.
wait for a mega roll.
We hold.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so they're giving us 300 rations, so 100 goes on the fucking wolf whale thing. We can fit roughly 30 in group mobile storage.
I'll put 30 on it for now.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm gonna put 36 on it, just to bring it up to 140 rations on mobile, just for, you
Mhm.
know, 70 per day, you know.
Okay, yeah. And then, okay,
Wolf
100,
will exist.
136. So that means that we need to dump 164 low-value trade goods from the,
Tensor disk, yeah.
Yep. So,
I'll let you handle that since it's your disk.
so down to 331.
It's 164, not 136.
Right, yes, thank you. Okay. It's a bit of a singing loss in trade value, but you know what? We're not going to starve.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm thankful enough.
It's 4 gold. We're fine.
All that was 4 gold?
Yeah, it was about 4.5 gold.
Jesus fucking Christ, why do we carry this dog shit with us?
Because it's better than carrying nothing.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Theoretically, I could have pushed for the pouches to be a party fund thing, since it helps everyone for
No,
there to be
absolutely.
equal carrying
I'm
capacity.
surprised you didn't.
Nah,
I will do that now, actually, in
no, you
hindsight.
can pay for it.
Yes, I'd like to push for that. Thank you.
You'll
While
pay
y'all
for
talk,
one
I'm
of
gonna
them.
get some water.
You'll pay for one of them. Add 3 gold back to yourself.
You are so
other
kind,
three.
thank you. Oh, I
I
deducted the gold from the wrong character sheet anyway, so great. I can't believe since level 3 I've only gained 7 gold. That's crazy.
Well, we're not really spreading out our gold because there's no real reason to at the moment.
It's also been a long time since we've had a big sell.
Well, to be honest, there's not much purpose to it because the thing that I want to purchase is 150 gold. It will be 2 years from now before I can buy that.
What do you want to buy?
Plate armor?
Is plate armor 150 gold? Jesus.
It's
normally
1,500, but
1,500.
it's reduced here. Why do you think Lorik had Splint for such a long time? Was it Splint?
Yeah.
Enchanted Splint, yeah. It was actually as good or better than plate armor, but it cost less to enchant it than it did to
Mhm.
buy a regular suit of plate armor. It's crazy.
I see.
Why do I know that? The Lorik lore.
The Lorik.
'Cause,
Mhm.
if there is one thing that I've done over the years, it is gripe about being poor.
Yeah, I mean, Lorik is chronically poor.
He's not even a wizard. What's your excuse?
Constantly trying to do nice things for the rest of the party.
Oh no.
I mean, to be fair, Lorik's husband is like a fucking capitalist magnet, so like.
Yeah,
Oh,
Hello.
was.
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 Was,
They're still
that's
married,
true.
even if he's a god or something.
Well, he's no longer. He's no longer a capitalist.
Oh, that's true.
You know, he's off in some other fucking plane.
He said, "I don't need capital."
He's investing in
I got
people's
lowercase.
souls now.
Sorry.
He's investing in hopes and dreams.
Aw, just like Asriel Dreamer.
Oh shit.
Make me 3 history checks.
Oh, nar.
Good.
Hey. Hey.
Good.
Great.
Whoop, that's a mess.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
Alright.
This makes up for your lower. You know what it is?
Yeah.
Tefred's discussion of staying up all night, he means it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk out of session because I'm not going to summarize this in session anymore.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I would like to let you know what the priority is.
Mm-hmm.
I want every single thing I could learn about whoever that founder was that looked like Friend.
Okay, that sounds valid. You get to learn a lot about 2 other things too. That's your nat
asset.
20. I assume one of the other things is focusing on the Ithwenti.
Yes, Ithwenti, and then also this place.
Okay, so generic history of this place, generic history of Ithwenti, and about the founder and the relationship with, you know, partial friend, however that works.
I'll call him Buddy for now.
Buddy. How legally distinct. The party rests for the night. It is, for them, normal beds. For you, it's a little tough. It's a little rough. For friend, at least, it's normal, but it beats sleeping on the ground. Except for Tefford.
Even if we're not-
For Tefford, it's not really sleeping.
Yeah. Even if we're not recovering spell slots, do we at least recover hit dice?
Yeah, that's
No,
valid.
why?
I think that's valid, actually.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Thank you, because like
Yeah, that's
this would
valid.
be fucking brutal otherwise.
It is fucking brutal.
I
Even
mean, that is
currently.
one
It
of the
is.
things
Trust me.
that there were a few different categories of arguments that the trial was set up on. One of them was like a degree gradient of like, you know, how amenable are they to you staying, i.e. long rest, short rest, neither, right? And you ended up getting a little close to being able to take a long rest. You were 2 of the questions away from it, but you also weren't just in the short rest category, so that's why I'm like, all right, you know what, if we're talking partial, I think partial like hit dice is a valid way to do it.
That works out fantastic for me.
Speaking
So
of,
thank you.
there goes 2 of my 3 hit dice.
Yeah.
True.
You only have
For
3
what?
hit die?
I spent
Oh.
all 6 of mine,
Yikes.
Oh.
so I only get 3 back normally on the long rest.
No, I know. It's just I thought you. I didn't think you would use all 6 of them.
I typically get beat to shit when I actually get hit, so I typically end up having to heal hard.
I guess you are a blade singer, so.
Speaking of, I guess it's a good thing that I have both my blade song charges.
Dude, Rat is a little chunky. I'm now looking and realizing.
Mm-hmm.
I've only got 35 hit points max.
Rat's got 50.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He is stout. And artificers have d8s for whatever
Big
reason.
healer.
Mhm.
As you make your way past the general,
Hold on. I wanted to see if I could find anyone that I could talk to while we were still in the city about the founder.
I think I will say that you do, and we will cover that out of session with you and Tefford.
Okay.
Because this is probably going to be rather detailed.
Okay.
This is something you and Tefford do. Probably once Tefford is done with his investigation, he's no longer allowed to be in there as they start shooing him out. That like the 2 of you try to strike up some discussion on your way out of the city. Since they're at least somewhat tolerable to the 2 of you. Much more than the other 3 at least.
Damn.
Crazy how their tolerance kind of exactly matches our alignments, where like they like the 2 good ones, they're kind of indifferent to Rat, and they don't like the 2 evil ones.
You know, I was very honest with them, and I think as religious people, they should have appreciated my relationship with a god that chose me.
Yes, religious people, famously tolerant of other religious people.
Especially the one where the religion is, hey, let's make people suffer. That's definitely
The
a good
religion
one.
is, it's really fun when bad things happen to people.
Especially when it's, hey, drowning's based, actually.
They agree, probably, right?
Hey, Tefford, you're gonna understand why that's very funny.
I'm very excited.
Now that we are on the 2nd, you have forced movement. We are on the 3rd, you have forced movement. It is now the 4th. Your escort is no longer with you.
Oh, well.
Before the escort leaves, I would have approached whoever looks the most in charge and given them a slip of paper that has my name and address in the Shining City and the rough coordinates on a map of where to find me.
You know what? That seems valid.
if you ever want to get in contact with me again, this is where I live, or this is where I stay.
You can have done that with the captain of the guard.
Then I
there.
would have absolutely done
Yeah.
it with the captain.
He was
I am-
reasonably, like, he was probably with you for a lot of your time in the library, so that seems like a good time to have done it.
I would love to learn more about your people, and I would love to know more about them in a circumstance that is not nearly as dire as this.
Hopefully we can have the chance.
I would very much hope so as well.
The chance of Senor.
Look there.
Mm-hmm.
Was it one charge of second wind on a hit die expended, or was it all charges?
Whichever one is short rest.
That would be
short
one
rest
charge
is-
on a short rest.
You have a short rest for a second wind as you recover all.
Yeah, then one.
Oh,
Oh no,
so-
it's one. No, it's one. Never mind.
Yeah.
Then one
Yeah,
recovers
with the new
one.
PHP. Yeah, because it used to just be a one per short rest. Now it's full, but you also recover one on short rest.
Yeah, I don't know why it recovers all on a short rest instead of one.
Because it was originally just one use.
Didn't we also only delete the new druid, or the old druid to replace new druid? I think that feature's probably still on old fighter.
It's not all the
Oh.
fighter stuff has been updated because I don't take any more fighter levels for now.
Gotcha.
Okay. It might be worth updating the fighter levels, but
It is updated.
I thought you said it was updated, yeah.
oh, sorry, my bad.
Give me just a moment to roll the actual weather now that we're out here. It's slightly warmer since it's gonna be young soon. It is rather cold, but at least it's not like the snowfall is gentle. It is not enough to be cold. You are on the standard movement.
Oh, thank God. We made it out with our lives. And now we have to make it back.
Hopefully that's easier. We know where we're going this time.
Preferably more to the west than to the...
Yeah. JC. The big map that you've given me in the past, is that only something that we get when we get back to the city?
Like the one that shows like the big loop-de-loop?
Yeah, the where we've all been, where we've tracked everyone, where the place. Yeah, exactly. The one that shows us where we've been so far.
I
'Cause I'm
think
trying
I
to
would
keep
like
in
it.
my head.
I think I would
Okay.
like it if that's when you get back to the city, because at least that way it lets you, make your general rough assumptions. Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, this really does just become like, do you know which maps connect to which maps? That's kind of the only part of memory knowledge I'm actually testing, right?
I'm trying to remember how.
It doesn't have to be what direct exaction or direction. So true.
I'm
What
just trying to
exact
remember how far
direction is
south we
Foilo?
went. I think we went one south and three east.
I don't think we crossed 3 maps.
Sorry, I'm thinking like a grid, like starting down 1, 2.
Yeah,
I
we
think-
went 2 down, because that was where the necropolis was.
We know
So-
at least for now there's only one direction, right?
Okay,
So
hold
we
on.
can-
Yeah,
at
hold
least
on.
for
Let
now.
me. Do I have a pen? I do.
If I had to guess, this is likely the same mountain range that the cavern is in, just a far southern reach of it. So, I propose that we head roughly here, and then start making our way west to get out of the mountain range. Once we are in the hills, and preferably into flat grassland, we can start making our way north, following the mountain range.
So, hold on. Just as a rough sketch. Before we get going, because I want to try to navigate our way home here. In terms of maps that we've crossed, does this look about right to us so far? Or do we think we went south farther?
We went south one more and east one less. I'm pretty sure.
Literally just flip it.
Yeah. So the other Tetris brick is what you're telling me.
Tetris mentions.
Yeah,
W.
the L piece, not the J piece.
Yeah.
You can go. Pretty sure.
I could
Hopefully
have
I'm right.
sworn we crossed a full one east.
Well, the nice
Maybe
thing is
we
we
did?
can.
What did you say?
We can tell our path because it's the only thing we can see on the map. So at least we
Yep.
can't get lost going back.
Well, the idea is I think that we're following is we can navigate our way home faster by going directly there instead of following our.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I am working with triangles here.
My concern is if we're in steep mountains, going directly to the west won't really help us. So we kind of have to go.
Well, so I know that to some degree, at least, there are hills at roughly like this longitude.
Yeah.
So if we head down a little bit, we can probably make our way southwest along this line until we're in hills, and then start scoping our way across terrain that is less actively hostile toward us.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, the bottom line is, we're gonna have to cross mountains no matter what. Why not just
Yes.
cross the shortest direction of mountains, the shortest path of mountains possible?
Yeah, but that may take us farther out of the way in general, as opposed to just taking a more direct path.
Yeah, I'm just saying the more direct path probably is the shortest number of mountain tiles.
But that's still 3 mountain tiles. If we only have to go like here and then there's 3 or 4 mountain tiles, that would still be shorter. Especially since we'll have more vertical space.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think we come
Devil
here
you know
probably,
versus the
and
devil
then
you
just
don't.
Yeah.
this way.
We don't
It's
know
hard to
how
say,
thick
though,
these
we just
mountains
don't know.
are up here. We only have a guess based on one that's like to the south.
Can we use one of those investigation check rollback things to have asked what the layout is like to the west of here?
No, that was only while we were in jail.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
I'm just teasing.
Time.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shepard's thing is about the area there. You know that, like, the mountain range isn't particularly thick in the area. So, you know that. It doesn't seem
In the
like
worst
it's
case-
as a GM, I will tell you, it's not that big of an issue if you just, like, don't go back the way you came. As long as you don't go super out of the way, you should be fine.
We have over a month's worth of supplies. If we have people guarding, we have people gathering food, we should be able to make it back safely. But the more time we spend out on these snow plains, the more likely we are to freeze to death.
Oh yeah, the question was never get off the snow as quickly is how long. I'm still just thinking.
Mhm.
I could have
That
sworn
said-
there was like a long ass river that we. Maybe it was
Oh.
just on that latter half of that map. I'm just misremembering.
I don't quite remember for sure. It could have been 2 south, 2 east. We'll know for sure once we get to the map to the west, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick while we finish deliberating.
So our options are just go west from here, or go south and then west from here?
Mm-hmm. In order to get out of the mountains, yeah.
I mean, I'm fine just going west from here, to be honest. I think we don't know for sure what we're seeing, and it will be about the same depth anyway, so we're saving time, even if the actual movement is more difficult.
Yeah. Sorry, I heard you, I acknowledged you, and I didn't absorb a word of what you just said.
West,
That's
I
on me.
think, is good.
Thank you. Sorry, I have been worse lately in terms of focus. It is not go. It is.
You are such a busy person. Like, I don't blame you at all.
All right, I'm okay with. I'm honestly okay with the west idea. I think the road that we found is. I think it's. We're trying. I think trying to get out of the mountains. Actually, road away. No, we want to spend as little time in the frozen waste as possible. We don't want to get trapped here
Which I've noted is luckily rather warm this week.
for now.
For now.
I don't want us to get trapped in the cold weather. I don't want the Bastion turn to roll over and then we lose our. And then we lose our advantage of it not being cold. I don't want us to get bogged down. Ideally, I want us to get out of here in one Bastion turn, so we don't run the risk of getting snowed in.
What'd I miss?
I think.
They think they're going west because they don't want to get snowed in. And
Yeah,
the worst case
hold on,
seems about the same.
How many days do we have left in the Bastion turn?
He's currently
We are on the 4th. So
3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6. Fuck. We're not at a any movement penalty right now, right? We have our
right, yeah. So we have all 3.
Yep, you have all 3.
Here's the other thing: is that the mountain tiles don't have quite the same temperature as the glacier tiles. So
Yeah,
even if we just get the mountain tile here, we will have more than enough time.
that's true. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that plan. I do
Especially
not
since
have-
we're in Young Seas, so.
Yeah, I do not have control of the mule.
Don't
Oh.
you?
Oh my god.
We'll do it.
Alright.
5. So this is 5th.
Yeah.
So wait, why do you not have control of the
That's
mule?
a great question. I can't
Reload?
interact. Oh, I know why. I'm stupid.
Oh, are you on measure?
I
okay.
was gonna draw stuff on the map, and I was like, no, I'm just bringing up paint. I'm not gonna try to.
Drawing on the mule.
Yeah. Okay.
Certified mule drawer.
1, 2, 3. Oh, thank God.
6.
And it's now the 6th,
1, 2, 3.
7.
7.
1, 2. Bank
I
of
guess
movement.
And then we're on the 8th.
1, 2, 3. Fuck.
And
really?
we get one more.
Uh-oh. Is it an
We do
uh-oh,
get
or
one
is it a poggers?
We are not doing this. We need
We
to
have a
know-
month!
No!
What?
No!
What storage do we have?
We can
My belly.
find some! Come on!
We are leaving it. We are leaving it
Guys,
undisturbed
I
for
am-
the time being. We
I
literally
am
do
not
not have the
starving to
storage.
death out here. I need to go home.
What
Guys-
magic items in gold?
The gambling.
We can
guys.
get them later.
No, we
We
can't!
are-
Go out of the way!
We are gonna be back here
later.
someday.
Here-
We're leaving.
We will. Yeah, we
Hear
will
me
be
out,
back
hear
here.
Me out. Hear me out. I know we're low on storage. I know we're low on food, but I feel it in my gut. There's 13 bags of holding in here.
Let's go gambling.
Damn it. God damn it!
Say it
Why
with
am I the
me.
voice of reason?
Until
I would not be the
99
voice of
stay till the
reason.
10th.
I was not the
99
voice of reason.
Okay.
99%
At
of
most,
gamblers
we say
quit
until the-
before they hit it big.
You're so right. We gotta go.
We-
We gotta gamble.
We stay till the 10th at most. If we don't get anything, we leave. If we
Oh,
get
no.
anything, we leave.
Of note, checking and then leaving does mean that it counts as exhausted as opposed to not checking
Oh,
it, which
that's
doesn't.
I
true.
So that is why I'm saying we leave it for now.
But we have over a month of supplies. And with
took us-
And
knowing
with
where
what
we're
storage?
going,
We just got 100 storage.
No,
It's full.
What?
yeah, and you know what storage we could use? All the fucking low value trade goods that we can just trade out. Think of those as empty.
Okay, fine. Okay,
You're very persuasive. Let's go prospecting.
I
let's
hate
go
it here.
gambling.
I hate it here.
Now, and let's also, you guys work so hard on those new fancy automatic loot rolls, right? Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
You are
it would
gonna
be-
thank
It would
me.
be a crime not to use them.
You are gonna
You're so
thank
right.
me when this loot session gives us a level up on Return to the City.
I think we're already there.
Why,
You don't
why
know
are
that.
you like this?
Golden, do you have an opinion?
I haven't had any spell slots for like 5 sessions.
That's
Yeah,
I
fair,
have all of my
actually.
spell slots.
Yeah,
Somehow.
I have 1 second level spell slot. If we die to fucking skeletons at this necropolis,
We run away. We run away. We are more than capable of
and
running
we
away from
lose the
skeletons.
fucking mules.
Yeah.
The mules can run with us.
Mm-hmm. I am
Oh.
Cannot really
Sorceress
dash.
Vigoring.
Your standard pace is mule walking. They can dash for a very brief period of time.
Yeah, we would not realistically be able to.
Most animals are not able to dash for an extended period of time. Most sapient
Mhm.
ones are.
I would
Let's
also
see,
like
hold
to
on.
level up this session instead of next session.
I don't think we're
Well, we
going
don't
back
know if we're
home
leveling
this-
up.
So we stay until the 10th. I don't care how much stuff there is. We are staying until the 10th.
I'm kind of in the camp of we either like
Or we stay until the 10th, and if we get a good roll on guard, then we keep staying.
Well,
If
we don't know
guard
that.
well,
we don't
Oh,
know
we
what
don't?
we don't know what threat we don't know what our threat.
We
versus
could
our guard
have
is.
multiple people guard.
Yeah, so
I will
we
be
are going to
guarding.
have. Yeah, we'll have Aura and Golden guarding. You two are going to be looking for food. I'm going to be maintaining my floating disc. Like,
So
we're
nothing's
going to need
changed.
all hands on deck to survive this shit.
It's the same thing that we've been doing the whole time.
Yeah.
Let's
Uh,
go.
Okay, fuck it. Let's go
Gambling.
gambling. Fuck.
Yes!
I hate it here. I hate it here.
Gamble
You
again.
start
Go!
by exploring some of the outskirts, and in doing so, I'd like 2 of you to go ahead and give me an investigation before we get started.
Okay, myself and Rat.
Don't worry, if this is a dog shit site,
Rat,
I'm
what's
not
your
going to feel bad
investigation,
about
out
it.
of Curiosity?
My investigation is +8.
So is mine. Okay, you go.
Okay, you two do it, not me.
What's your
You two are the ones saying we should go gambling.
That is true. Tefrit has found more ruins to explore.
Hey, guess what Rat has? Guess what Rat has?
inspiration?
Inspiration.
And he gets a 2.
I get a 3 again. Rat was inspired to get a 3.
Okay. You know what's the funniest thing? We have rolled the same thing on our rerolls so often.
Or worse.
Hey.
Or
I didn't
worse.
roll the same thing. I got consistently worse.
I took
Yeah.
a screenshot. It's in the server.
It's incredible.
It's so fucking funny.
You're very cursed, Sarah. I'm sorry to say it. You were never meant to be persuasive. You're meant to be hyper-focused on things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. JC, what secrets do we find in this godforsaken wasteland?
What horrific undeaths did we just unearth?
It has been sent.
Oh no.
What?
Okay. Okay.
How fast are we booking it?
So,
Hmm.
all right, guys, I got some news. I did some
Mhm.
looking. There appears to be a lot of activity there.
We're leaving.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not gambling. Frowning
not
emoji.
It was not good.
Give me a
No.
moment. Let me elaborate for him.
Mhm.
I feel like that's enough of an elaboration.
My gambling dreams are ruined by big skeleton.
99% of gamblers.
Looks like we're in that 99%, or we could be the 1%.
There's your big answer for you. To be in details.
They're fucking Skidamari here.
Okay. There's Woodward. Interesting. There's recent examples of people being here. There is recent activity here.
Well, not undead activity.
Not necessarily. But I also don't want to piss off the dwarves any more than we already have.
This is a good point. We should be out of here as soon as we can. We are full up, as it were.
I really don't want to make them any more upset, especially at you two. They don't like you guys.
What?
They don't. But they don't have to.
I don't like them very much either. Terrible. Whatever.
I think
Anyway.
the whole big desert got eliminated once we left.
Hmm.
Also, wasn't the last one kind of not great?
Yeah, the last one was dog shit.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot that we examined the last
All
one.
right. This should be 3 for the day. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
1,
Oh,
No, that's
one,
2.
2. We have one more.
3.
Yeah.
I probably should have gone south with that. That's fine.
We couldn't.
We didn't know.
Yeah. All right. 1,
1.
2, 3.
And this is the 10th?
It does not matter. It'd make a difference. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and I believe we're on the 11th now.
Okay.
Which means Bastion turns. So we know what everyone's doing.
Guard.
Can we get... Yep. We got the Guarders, we got the
Who's
Food Getters, we got the Disc Maintainer, and we got the Threat Rollers.
11, and then we got
Oh shit, nice.
20 more rations.
natural 20 on rations.
And funnily enough,
Shit, man.
18. So 20 plus 18, we got 38 rations.
Okay. So when we're both guarding, we don't both make the rolls, right? One of us does with a little bit of a bonus.
Yeah. I believe it's your perception bonus plus an additional one because there is a second person on the task.
Okay. Golden, what's your perception again?
It's a +3. I just rolled it.
You can take a +2. +1 for my +1, and +1 because I'm helping.
Okay, add that to the roll.
No, I know y'all
Yeah.
talked about wanting to get back this session. I think we should stop our session soon.
What happened?
Grunt rolls, probably.
Rolls happened.
Oh, good. I love
We
it.
don't get to level up. We have a combat. I'm gonna kill myself.
You won't have to.
Yay!
Whoa!
We consumed the food, right?
Boo.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right. So are we on the move now?
That's the
We
11th.
do have d6s to roll.
Right.
What was the roll for the guarding anyway?
It's blind.
Oh shit! Right.
Someday I will have a proficiency in perception, but that day is not today.
It is still rather cool weather. All good.
Hold on, let me write down my research points here. I need to read that document again. Desperately.
What have you been researching?
Language.
Oh, which language?
That's not why. The reason is my almost 400 points that I was accumulating and thinking, like, I'll read the document this week, and then I did not read the document that week because it is a task that would have taken me 5 minutes.
So you have just 400 points sitting there?
I have an idea of what I want, because I don't want to just, like, yeet them into something really, really good. I want to make it knowledgeable with what we were doing at the time of me gathering them.
Oh, very nice.
I don't want to, like...
We are actually ending the session. Fuck.
That is me saying.
Can we at least go until the thing would have happened?
You know what? Hold on. Well, you know what? Let's do this. How is everybody feeling as far as endurance is concerned right now?
I'm getting a little tired, but like...
Pepper?
I'm fine.
If I would not be able to do a combat.
Right. That is.
I want to at least see what is gonna fucking murder us.
Well,
How about half of combat?
What if we just get to look at it?
I'd be okay looking at it, but I am not, like... Boy, am I
given that
it's
this
not
is a
good.
different
I think
location,
I need to up my dose of my medication. Is how not
this
good
is
it's
a
been.
different location than I was prepared for, so I do not have a combat. I do not have this combat physically mapped out or built.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. What is
Can
the
you describe
vibe,
what is
though?
going to kill us?
No.
Yeah, that. Oh no. Ooh.
Did we
Secret.
like? Did we double get ambushed? Are we gonna? We double got ambushed. Jesus Christ.
I hope two different groups ambush us and end up fighting each other instead of us.
That happens in Drakenheim sometimes.
I can tell you that your result after the modifiers of assistance is that you exactly did get to the point where you are at least not ambushed. You are exactly a 10.
I
Jesus
love
Christ.
meats it beats it.
So that is a you know, the fact that you did have multiple people guard did prevent you from getting ambushed.
Alright,
so
gentlemen.
take solace in that.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that we might have run into the run away from it of the area.
Fantastic. Let's get out of here. Not right now, obviously, but when the time comes.
We may have to get rid of Buttercup.
No,
No! No!
What is this wonderful sound?
I don't know what that sound is. That means nothing to me.
Not fucking Basil Juice.
That is the opening riff to Basil Goose's theme.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I
I'm
hope
so
he's in
excited.
Wilds. I so hope he's in Wilds.
Me too. I know most people don't like him, but he's so much fun. He's so cute.
People who don't
I
like
like him
him
because he's
need
such an
to
asshole.
adjust their skill.
I just think he's so fun. He's so exciting. I love his music. I don't know.
I love fighting a different monster, and then all of a sudden the American army is here to get their oil from me.
Yes!
No, man, it's the Air Force. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's also just so charming because he comes in, has no idea what's going on, gets a complete shit wrecked, and then runs
Mhm.
away.
Yeah.
I love a monster that doesn't know what's.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I want to clarify. Are we stopping hard stop here, or are we gonna move until we get ambushed?
Like that's why I'm like, we can either hard stop now, or if y'all are willing to give me like 20 or so minutes of prep, we can potentially figure that out.
We can stop here then.
Yeah,
Don't
I
need
think
to-
that is best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 minutes. 20
Yeah.
minutes is bedtime.
Oh my.
Alright. It's a shame that can't have our imminent death described to us. So.
Mhm.
No, that's fine. I respect a cliffhanger. My goodness, what shadow hovers over the horizon?
Gentlemen,
I don't know.
I've decided we're done tool gaming until we find more tools that we need, because I've got a lot of tool proficiencies now.
Mhm.
We
I don't know
we
what
are
that means.
10% of the way through sharpshooter.
Oh shit.
48 out of 500.
I am roughly 40% of the way through Resilient Dex. Pray for me.
I don't even know what the percentage is. I'm like
A studious
5%
gentleman.
of the way to proficiency in perception.
How many do you have?
30 out of 150. That's not. No,
That's
not
not
right.
5%. That's 20%.
20%.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention.
Lothar, how much did we say that the extra attack upgrade would be? Is that 200?
Like the Blade Singer one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about 200.
Or the Eldritch Knight or whatever.
It would have
Or the
to be
one
the
where you
Blade
can
Singer
replace a
one.
cantrip.
Blade Singer
it's the
specifies.
exact same.
Right, but
It-
it
it's
would
the
have
exact
to
same
be
creature
the
with-
Blade Singer one because he can't
Right.
be learning the Eldritch Knight one.
Right.
because there's no
learn
one to teach him
from
that.
someone, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if it's 200, then I just got enough points for that.
Oh shit! Nice.
This is good.
Have you been hoarding your learning points?
Can Rat learn
Yes.
sneak attack from Tepper?
Actually, if we're talking
Don't
about
think
learning
so, because
weird
I think Sneak
features,
Attack is one of the definitive. I'd classify it as a definitive
I
one.
know, I'm just memeing.
what if
Yeah,
I wanted to
especially
learn
with-
extra attack from someone? Just regular extra attack.
I want to
Probably me.
from someone.
Yeah, it would either be from a friend or from Rat.
As evidenced
right.
from last campaign, extra attack on a rogue goes a long way.
But it would be it's like theoretically available in learning system.
Yep, because
Just
extra
probably
attack
expensive.
is a even if it's locked between some classes, it's still kind of a generic one. Multiple classes get access to it. It's not something that is like core to a single
yeah,
class's
definitive
identity.
one class.
like rage
Yeah.
or something.
It's
Do keep
not
in
like
mind, it went
shape-shifting
so
or
far-
rage or sneak attack.
It went so far on him because of his tarot card, specifically.
Also, for example, one of the things that I'm planning on picking up at Heroway at some point is Voice of Authority.
Very nice.
It would be important for you all to explain what the tarot cards mean.
Well, I know.
We should-
It's
we should
funny
get-
to
we
just
should-
leave them as
We should get tarot cards. Smile. Let's go, everybody! To Alectorum.
no.
I think we just had a
we could go to
conversation in the other
Dugan.
server.
Does Dugan have the tarot card service?
That's where we got. That's where we got justice. Remember?
Dugan is where the core of it
True.
is.
Oh, true. Let's go to Dugan, everyone.
How far is that
Dugan
from here?
being one of the cities of Portents. Like that's where it's from.
I see. Yeah, but Alhactorum gave it to a party of adventurers that became obscenely powerful. So surely that's the more important one.
Clearly.
Well, you know,
I'm
if,
now
if
realizing-
Heroway ever.
Sorry, go for it.
You go ahead.
I'm just realizing that Darius fucking Talos.
Yeah.
He mantled whatever and then became whatever.
Yeah, Iomade.
Out of
Talos.
sheer curiosity for this, was the tarot cards stuff that fit the character, or a random draw and gain bonuses based on the draw?
Both.
Both. Cool.
Both.
It kind of ended up working.
Okay.
Like, which one did Lorik end up actually generically, literally, randomly drawing?
Surely the answer.
Temperance.
Mm-hmm.
Which is important because
That's the name of his sword.
Yeah, I was curious about that.
You're-
When you
you're
said
the one who knows
drawing,
that.
were you making a dumb pun? Not dumb, but you know, you draw your sword. He drew the card Temperance.
no, it was actually
no.
genuinely random.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
I'm saying were you trying to make a sword pun? Which did he draw? His sword, Temperance.
Ah, I see. No, I was not.
Golden, what were you saying? Sorry.
But we were still in the city. Did we do any identifying?
No, we didn't have the time to, unfortunately.
Yeah, it
we
was not
were-
a friendly place for identification.
They were such
And Rat
haters.
doesn't have the spell slots to identify.
The not spell, not slots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did I get an exploration roll during the previous Bastion turn?
11.
11.
Yeah, it was like an 8, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, the one from before was an 8. Yeah,
Like a
before was an
nat
8. This is 11.
Or a
No,
net
total
8?
8.
Total 8.
Total
okay.
8. Yeah, 2
Yeah,
plus.
net, not nat.
What's our loot rollout?
Ah.
Loot check? Hold on, I just closed the fucking... It's in group mobile storage.
Yeah, I'm
If someone's-
pulling it up.
I can't log into... What? Oh, it's because I'm not closed out. It's just in a separate tab.
Alright, I have made a modification to it. With the one that you guys had, I think it's pretty reasonable that I'll say probably a bit outside of the necropolis so that it doesn't cause confusion with actually, being the looting of the necropolis. When Tefred's going through and discovering some of that woodwork, there was probably some other, abandoned materials there.
Loot check?
Yeah.
Loot check. Who wants to
Well, if
test
you-
out the first auto loot check?
It should be
Well,
well.
Pepper's the one who found it. He should be the
yeah,
one
I
to
was
do
gonna
it.
say the same thing.
Alright, click
Within the
us.
narrative, it makes sense to me.
Click us an auto loot check, Tefred.
Gulp.
Nothing.
Well, at least you won't get nothing.
Oh. So we leave behind the low value trade goods.
Basically, yeah. Hold on. Do we have raw? I think we have space. We definitely have space.
We do have space, yeah.
In the group mobile for the medium good 130 mediums. I mean, 2/3 times 720. It's 480. We could take 24 more low value if we wanted to min-max it, but
It's low value. We're gonna find more on the way back.
yeah.
I mostly just don't want to think about it right now.
Crazy how rations are the same value as low value trade goods.
Oh, it's
This
almost
says a
like
lot
this
about
is
the
meant to
economy.
mean something.
We should be able to eat 70 low value trade goods.
Let me post the GIF.
I'm sure uranium. Alright, I got 30 minutes before raid.
There we go. I have posted the GIF.
So
Alright.
session is over though, right?
As long as
Yeah.
everyone is content with this, the stream will be ending soon. Everybody happy with that? I am.
Reasonably.
I'm not happy in that I think we will
Yeah.
die, but I am happy in that I love combat and difficulty. So,
Well, if it's any consolation, I have not rolled what the encounters are yet, but I know that
Oh,
I
okay.
do not have it prepared
Aw.
here.
I knew it.
That being said, it could be very bad.
It could be trivial.
I wouldn't go that far.
It could
Damn.
be trivial. Let me cope.
We're going to die.
No, it's fine.
Don't say that.
all you need to do is start thinking of your backup character now, and then you won't have to use it.
No.
I mean, if I learn my extra attack now, we'll totally be fine.
I mean, you do get to learn that right now. So,
For real?
yes, you reached your 200, didn't you?
Yeah, but I figured there might be like a process to that.
No.
No?
The process
It's
has
just
been
process
you've
was
been
the
doing it
process.
for like 7 weeks or more,
Mhm.
Oh, I have?
or 14 weeks. Yeah.
Oh,
That's your
okay.
learning points.
I have.
That's what learning is.
Oh, well,
That's
I
very
thought the whole
exciting.
shtick was that you need to choose something and then start working towards it.
Yeah, but you had all these points that you had accumulated already, so they were like in the
Right,
narrative.
that was just you as a player not deciding, not the character not deciding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought that was something that you wanted to have us start doing. Is like choosing what to work towards and then...
I do.
You should.
But
that
you're not
doesn't
being
mean
punished
you
just because it didn't
don't yet.
happen.
Okay, well,
Like,
that's
But
what
you're
I'm
not
trying to
losing all those points.
if you end up making it an issue where, like, you know, you're intentionally holding it, that's one thing. But being like, I figured it out, and I didn't figure it out what I wanted my next one to be until 2 sessions later, when we are happening to do a lot of travel, so you get a lot of points. That's not an issue, right? If it's like 5 sessions and it's like, okay, now I'm gonna decide it, that's more of an issue than when it's like, you know, a session and a half where you just happen to travel a lot. Make sense?
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Probably won't see you next week unless we get together for things that we want to add to this wonderful little evidence board of ours. But regardless, I will hopefully be seeing you the Thursday after on the 6th. Farewell, my friends.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
See ya.